Good afternoon, Robert Scribbler with an OBX wave report, providing this video for you guys from Rodanthe, looking down the beach at some tiny little foamy waves on the sandbars and some shore break. Up and down the Outer Banks today, we've got 1 foot waves for the most part, maybe the occasional 2-footer if you are super lucky, but yeah, mostly 1 foot waves. Winds out of the north. Northeast, blowing in the range of about 7 to gusts up to around 13 miles per hour, so relatively light, but nonetheless a little choppy on the ocean water surface. Once again, not too much in the way of waves today. You can see those little foamy white caps in the distance there. I don't know if you can see, there's like it's like a couple of surfers out on the sandbar, so if you do find a good bar, you might find some barely rideable waves if you've got a longboard or a really super paddly groveler type board. But you're definitely hunting for a little bump here on the Outer Banks today on this Saturday, the 25th of May. Happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. All right, so let's look at the forecast for the Outer Banks over the next 4 days, and some good news in that we have a little bit of disturbance in the offshore, which may provide us with a bit of a swell by early next week. A little spoiler alert as we get into the wave. All right, so once again for today, 1 foot, mostly 1 foot, and fair, little bit of chop on the water with that northeasterly wind blowing. Highs around 80 with a few clouds. We did have some fog in the morning that did burn off. The fog was a result of we have a cold water current nearby, the Labrador current. I'm going to talk a little bit about that over the coming days. I might do a longer video this evening talking about some of the strange ocean changes in the local region of the Outer Banks due to climate crisis, and what that is doing to our water temps, and what that could have the potential to do to our weather. All right, so for tomorrow, waves picking up a little bit, 1 to 2 foot, maybe the occasional footer, 3-footer with clean in the morning, clean conditions in the morning, choppy conditions later in the evening. Winds, light out of the south and east at 1 to 7 miles per hour in the morning time, and then picking up to 8 to 14 miles per hour later. Sunny tomorrow with highs near 80. For Monday, smaller waves, once again 1 to 2 foot, and fair to choppy south-southwest winds blowing 9 to 14 miles per hour. With those winds coming in from the south and west, we do expect temperatures to increase quite a bit. So we're expecting some clouds and sun on Monday with highs in the middle 80s. And last of all, on Tuesday, we start to get a little bit of that swell from an offshore disturbance heading out into the shipping lanes. Right now, south of Bermuda, heading off toward the north and east. And so we're expecting to see 2 to 3 foot waves and clean conditions on Tuesday, with southwesterly winds blowing 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clouds and sun, highs near 80s. In the tropics, we do have a weak low pressure system off of Bermuda to the south of Bermuda. And that's the one we've been mentioning throughout this wave report. And right now, according to the National Hurricane Center, that system has a very, very low chance of developing into a tropical cyclone, nearly a 0% chance of developing into a tropical cyclone. But nonetheless, those ocean water temps out there in the North Atlantic are pretty warm. They are much warmer than normal for the most part, and also the wind shear is very low. So both of those features do bear watching as we get these disturbances coming up the coast, and we expect to see quite a few more of them as we get into summer. National Hurricane Center expecting anywhere from 18 to 28 named storms this year, and we could have more. We could have a record hurricane season this year, so something to keep an eye on and to talk about later as we talk about climate for the Outer Banks. All right, so thanks for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report. It is 2:29 on this Saturday, and as I sign off, I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything you can to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change driven by fossil fuel burning. Those impacts being rising sea levels, more intense storms, ocean heat waves, and ocean acidification. The primary solution to the climate crisis is the mass deployment of clean energy being wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles. We can do it. We've got the ingenuity, we've got the know-how, we've got the science, and we can build the industry. All right, so thank you guys so much, and I will be back with you shortly.